So you might have saw this video, 50 Sukkahs of West Rogers Park, showing all the variety of Sukkahs locally that I could find. But some people ask me for an explanation. You know, first of all, why this form? Why are they all square? What's the basic understanding of a sukkah? So a sukkah is commanded, of course, in the Bible, that for 7 days festival of sukkahs, that we have to eat in the sukkah. Now, it's incumbent particularly upon men. Women should eat in the sukkah, but they don't have to. Also, you don't have to eat in the sukkah if it's raining or if it's too hot, and that's decided on a particular situation. So the main part of a sukkah that makes a sukkah is the stock. This is the part here. It's always made from plants. It's always made from something that grows from the ground, and it has to be enough space between it that you can see the stars at night, right? So it has to be made of relatively small pieces, and it has to be cut specifically and assembled specifically for Sukkah. So the typical design you'll see is either bamboo slats like this woven into kind of a rug, sort of like a rug pattern. Bamboo poles. You'll either see thin slats of wood, or sometimes pieces of either palms or evergreens, based on what people have available locally. Also, it has to have at least 2 walls, and it can be one partial wall, and then other side can be open or closed, up to you. Now, when it's a piece of fabric like this that can move, because the walls aren't supposed to move on their own with the wind, people will put straps. These straps, when spaced about so wide, according to Jewish law, count as a wall. It's a trick of Jewish law. So these cords plus this, it's enough to be considered a wall. And you'll even see some that are made for restaurants where people eat, where they only have either these or just metal pieces. Also, the stock shouldn't rest directly on metal. There's a lot of reasons why. We're not going to go into it. So typically people will put another support. So the type of sukkahs usually fall into one of 4 types. Type number 1 is poles with a pre-made cover that's made to fit those poles. So these are poles that snap together, and the cover is made specifically to fit the poles. That's type number 1. And then of course you use either whatever, you can put whatever you want on top. But a bamboo mat goes the easiest because you can roll everything up into a pretty small space. Type number 2 is poles, but using a tarp. That's type number 2. Type number 3 is you use wood. Pieces of wood cut to size and assembled together either with screws or bolts. That's type number 3. And type number 4 is a pre-manufactured sukkah where there's solid panels, usually out of particle board, pressed together and then snapped together. They call those Israeli sukkahs. It's a prefabricated but solid sukkah. So these are the 4 types you typically see. Now, another thing is interesting is the best quality ones would be solid wood. They last the longest, they're the most stable, they're the strongest. And that's typically what you'll see in a synagogue, although not always. Also, something to note is that whether the wood is painted or not, when the wood is painted, typically that's a more modern Orthodox shul, which people are a little bit more modern in the interpretation of how they understand Judaism. The traditional way is unpainted because, of course, it's only made to stay up for a week. So its typically way is not painted. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and click on one of the videos above for more.